But I'm also looking at her rap sheet, and she has an exploring rap sheet. So
I think Corbin is keeping it real about how Kenzie moved. Hello, everybody, and welcome to my typical Love Island USA weekly roundup where we're going to talk about some different subjects today. Honestly, plenty of positivity today. A lot of the cast from Love Island USA Season 8 are trying to be really friendly since ending the season. We'll see how long that lasts. You know, Big Brother casts like to pretend they're friendly, and it typically doesn't last too long. But we're going to start with some beef. I like to start with drama because why not? One person who is still keeping it real, and one person that did keep it real during the season, in my opinion, was Corbin. And Corbin did make an appearance, and he still was calling Kenzie out on her bullshit. He was asked if he believed that Kenzie and Dylan are real, or if at least Kenzie has real feelings for Dylan.
nah, nah. She don't got, I don't think she does have feelings for him. I don't know. It might change with time. Um, yeah, at the beginning when she did that Gaul stuff, kissed Dylan, then that same night, first chat, second chat with Gaul, she kisses Gaul, and then tries to go back to Dylan or something. He's hurt. He's devastated.
So he's bringing up the fact that Kenzie was exploring Gaul just after a conversation or two, kissed Gaul. Dylan was upset by that. We did watch that play out. One thing I have always liked about Corbin this season is that he is one of few that would keep it real, and I feel like he is doing that again here. Everything that I saw between Kenzie and Dylan, it was hard to buy. And it wasn't just Kenzie's fault. It was definitely Dylan's fault too. He definitely came off as someone trying to act a lot of the times. He would just get so emotional after knowing Kenzie for a few days. I just can't buy shit like that. So Corbin, however, is more so blaming Kenzie because maybe they still have some beef from their falling out, with the girls being so upset with the way Corbin moved at Casa. But the truth is, Kenzie was always moving in her own exploring way too. So I know booing Corbin when he came back at movie night for Kenzie was a bit laughable.
I think she stopped trying to explore Gaul or maybe other people that she wanted to, maybe because everybody's seen who she was movie night.
Mm.
That's what I really think of it. Movie night never happened, and she was just dealing with it behind the covers with everybody. I think she probably would have still explored, maybe. I don't know. But I'm also looking at her rap sheet, and she has an exploring rap sheet. So,
A kiss was like a
I don't
hello,
know.
she said, a handshake.
A handshake, bro. What the fuck are you saying, dog? Like,
Honestly, Corbin calling it Kenzie's rap sheet for the way she had an exploring rap sheet cracks me up. I think Corbin is keeping it real about how Kenzie moved. She did seem to see how she moved at movie night, got called out on her shit, and that's when she started to try and move different when it came to Dylan. Maybe seeing, oh, maybe it is time to settle down this season. I will say Kenzie and Dylan are still out there. They are still spending time together. Maybe it is more real than it seemed on camera, but the season just ended. Time will tell, like always. But honestly, if they make it past the reunion, then we can start talking about them being real. We're going to move on to a bit of a season 6 beef as Andrea decided to post this video the other day. I guess she still gets hate. We're going to listen to her video, but then her own comment that she left seemed like it was going against everything she said in the video.
Coming on here really quick because I obviously still get hate to this day. Believe it or not, I still do. And it just blows my mind because as a true woman of God, me, myself, I'm not perfect. Obviously, we're all sinners. But I, try to live my life through Christ and how I think that he should respond and do certain things. Again, I'm not perfect. It doesn't always work. But I get all these hate comments all the time. And I go to some of these girls' profiles and it's like, child of God, woman of God. And it's just like, why are the people that are woman of God, child of God, showing this like persona, the ones who are acting the most ungodlike.
So her point here is that she still gets a lot of hate from her season, and then she goes to profiles and it's someone that says they're a child of God or a woman of God, and it's like you're just being fake. And I agree with her here. I see a lot of that on social media myself. You'll go to their profiles and it's child of God, God this, God that. Then they're just attacking people all the time. So it's easy to have that in your profile. It's not easy to make that the way that you actually live your life. It's almost like a way to try and cover your ass, in my opinion. We're going to listen to a little bit more of what she says here and then get to her comment, though.
If you're don't see something you like or someone you like, would God sit there and write hateful, mean comments to them? No. He would just keep scrolling. Maybe he would think something, and that's it. And the same thing in life. When people are going through stuff, the way you act and the way you handle situations, if you are this person of God, and I'm just saying this for people that have this in mind. I'm not saying I'm better than anyone. I'm not saying that, this is the right or wrong way. But I'm just saying, like, act like it. Because forgiveness is one of the biggest things that the Bible preaches.
So she's talking about forgiveness, and that's what the Bible preaches. She's talking about how you shouldn't go out of your way to talk shit. And then in the comments of her video, someone commented, JaNa pulling those receipts was so unnecessary and you didn't even say anything bad. Now, yeah, you can say that Andrea's not the one bringing up JaNa here, but she then left a comment about it, which to me goes against her video because it doesn't seem like there's any forgiveness there. It doesn't seem like she is, being a child of God and just keeping her mouth shut. She said, what blew my mind was that she is also, too, a woman of God, prayed in the villa, talked about it, but then pulls out a list of receipts to add on to the overwhelming amount of hate and bullying I was already getting, which, mind you, I never did anything to her, but I already prayed about it and forgave her for my own peace, even though blah, blah, blah. So she's still coming off as someone that really hasn't forgiven whatever happened at the season 6 reunion with the whole receipts, which the whole receipts thing was kind of stupid in my opinion. But JaNa did get a hold of this comment, and I thought that her comment really just dragged Andrea, especially with the topic of the video in the first place. JaNa said, mind you, I forgot that girl even existed. Let's just pray for her. It's been 2 years. And exactly. Yes, if you're going to have a video about forgiveness, but then in the comments come off and talk about something from 2 years ago where it seems like you still haven't forgiven an incident, talk about ridiculous and, hypocritical in my opinion. Let's get to some positives. I really do feel like Aniya has left season 8 just rolling with the punches. We've talked about on this channel a lot how she got way too much hate, ridiculous hate. She's been able to laugh at some of the memes about her on social media, which I think is good, especially when it comes to her hair. She also got a new hairstyle, but she's also getting visits from her besties, which I thought was cute, a surprise. One of her besties surprised her, which was happy to see her. And I also just feel like Aniya and Carl are coming off as obsessed with each other in a cute way on social media. Carl is all over Instagram, leaving comments and whatnot. He even gave himself a say less room. He made a say less sign, which is, of course, Carl and Aniya's spot when they were in the villa. I thought that was very cute. Aniya said that she likes cheese, while Carl continues to give her all the cheese that she wants. Another funny thing that's been happening since the show ended is finding out that maybe Bryce runs LA.
Bryce, I have questions, actually. Why you run LA? Like, why does he run LA? He's literally Natalie Nunn. Why is Bryce Natalie Nunn, and why does he know everybody and their mama?
It does seem like he knows a lot of random people, from people like Paris Hilton commenting, congrats, bro. Like she and other random celebrities just know Bryce or close to Bryce. We all knew that he was Tumblr famous before he entered the villa. I didn't know that being Tumblr famous actually was you among famous people. But apparently that is the case. But it has been fun to see that of all the shit that was talked about Bryce during the season. Another person similar to Aniya that got a lot of shit about his looks, but also people were calling him poor. God forbid he works on garbage trucks. Well, it seems like it definitely goes a lot deeper than that. And he's quite loved among these random celebrities that know him. He and Trinity have been posting some random pictures together since the season ended, one of which was Bryce and Trinity's foot, which is a running gag between them, but I think it's actually very truthful because Bryce does seem to love him some feet. So the top two couples from this past season leaving this season, and I think having a good time on social media, which I'm glad for, especially Aniya, since it was looking bleak for her during the season with all of the ridiculous hate. But right now, I think both couples are enjoying time out of the villa. Aniya and Carl not together right now. I'm hoping maybe they will get to meet up like they planned. But Bryce and Trinity are all over LA, and apparently Bryce might be running LA, so good for Trinity.